सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। ॐ निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवण त्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण आचार्येभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणमेकादश स्कंदः मुक्तिः हित्वा अन्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ त्रयोविंशोऽध्यायः द्विज उवाच। Friends, this chapter is so important, so good, so useful. So do not hesitate. Once more, wholeheartedly chant it. Unchanted, then whatever shlokas we saw, after that we'll try to discuss and understand the most important, beautiful guidances that are given by the great Bhikshu as well as Krishna for our better living outside and inside. Om नायं जनो मे सुख दुःख हेतुः न देवतात्मा ग्रह कर्म कालाः मनः परं कारणमामनन्ति संसारचक्रं परिवर्तयेत् यत् मनोगुणान् वै सृजते बलीयः ततश्च कर्माणि विलक्षणानि शुक्लानि कृष्णानि अथ लोहितानि तेभ्यः सवर्णाः श्रुतयो भवन्ते अनीह आत्मा मनसा समीहता हिरण्मयो मत्सख उद्विचष्टे मनः स्वलिंगं परिगृह्य कामान् जुषन्निबद्धो गुणसङ्गतोऽसौ दानं स्वधर्मो नियमो यमश्च श्रुतं च कर्माणि च सद्व्रतानि सर्वे मनो निग्रहलक्षणान्ताः परो हि योगो मनसः समाधिः समाहितं यस्य मनः प्रशान्तं दानादिभिः किं वद तस्य कृत्यम् असंयतं यस्य मनो विनश्यतो दानादिभिश्चेदपरं किमेभिः मनोवशेन्ये हि अभवन् स्म देवाः मनश्च नान्यस्य वशं समेति भीष्मो हि देवः सहसः सहीयान् युञ्जाद्वशेतं स हि देवदेवः तं दुर्जयं शत्रुमसह्य वेगम् अरुन्तुदं तत् न विजित्य केचितो कुर्वन्ति असद्विग्रहमत्र मर्त्यैः मित्राण्युदासीनरिपोन् विमूढाः देहं मनोमात्रमिमं गृहीत्वा ममाहमित्यन्दधियो मनुष्याः एषोऽहमन्योऽयमिति भ्रमेण दुरन्तपारे तमसि भ्रमन्ति जनस्तु हेतुः सुखदुःखयोश्चेत किमात्मनश्चात्र हि भौमयोस्तद जिह्वां क्वचित् संदशति स्वदद्भिः तद्वेदनायां कथमाय कुप्येत दुःखस्य हेतुर्यदि देवतास्तु किमात्मनस्तत्र विकारयोस्तद यदङ्गमङ्गेन निहन्यते क्वचित् क्रुध्येत कस्मै पुरुषस्वदेहे आत्मा यदि स्यात् सुखदुःखहेतुः किमन्यतस्तत्र निजस्वभावः न ह्यात्मनोऽन्यत् यदि तत्मृषा स्यात् क्रुध्येत कस्मात् न सुखं न दुःखं ग्रहानिमित्तं सुखदुःखयोश्चेत् किमात्मनोजस्य जनस्य ते वै ग्रहैर्ग्रहस्यैव वदन्ति पीडां क्रुध्येद कस्मै पुरुषस्ततोऽन्यः कर्मास्तु हेतुः सुखदुःखयोश्चेत् किमात्मनस्तद्धि जडा जडत्वे देहस्त्वचित् पुरुषोऽयं सुपर्णः क्रुध्येद कस्मै न हि कर्ममूलं कालस्तु हेतुः सुखदुःखयोश्चेत् किमात्मनस्तत्र तदात्मकोऽसौ नाग्नेर्हि तापो न हिमस्य तत्स्यात् क्रुध्येद कस्मै न परस्य द्वन्द्वं न केनचित् क्वापि कथञ्चनास्य द्वन्द्वोपरागः परतः परस्य यथाहमः संसृतिरूपिणः स्यात् एवं प्रबुद्धो न बिभेति भूतैः एतां सास्थाय परात्मनिष्ठाम् अध्यासितां पूर्वतमैर्महर्षिभिः अहं तरिष्यामि दुरन्तपारं तमो मुकुन्दाङ्घ्रिनिषेवयैव श्रीभगवानुवाच निर्विद्य नष्टद्रविणो गतक्लमः प्रव्रज्य गां पर्यटमान इत्थं निराकृतो असद्भिरपि स्वधर्मात् अकम्पितो मुमुस्यात्मविभ्रमः मित्रोदासीनरिपवः संसारस्तमसः कृतः तस्मात् सर्वात्मना तात निगृहाण मनोधिया मय्यावेशितया युक्तः एतावान् योगसङ्ग्रहः य एतां भिक्षुणा गीतां ब्रह्मनिष्ठां समाहितः धारयन् श्रावयन् शृण्वन् द्वन्द्वैर्नैवाभिभूयते इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां एकादशस्कन्धे त्रयोविंशोऽध्यायः। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, श्री भागवत शरणं मम, श्री सद्गुरु शरणं मम, श्री सूत शरणं मम, श्री शुकदेव शरणं मम, श्री व्यास शरणं मम, श्री नारद शरणं मम मम, श्री विष्णु शरणं मम, श्री परब्रह्म शरणं मम, श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, शरणं मम, शरणं मम। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। ओम मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं। स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्त्यन्रसः अतः पिबन्तु सद्भाग्याः मामुञ्चित गर्हित। ओं नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओं श्रीकृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणमेकादश स्कन्धः मुक्तिरित्वान्यथारूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितम् अथ त्रयोविंशोऽध्यायः। द्विज उवाच। Salutations to entire Bhagavatacharya Parampara and also all the avatars, rishis, munis, gurus, bhaktas who are there in Bhagavat Purana, and also our own personal Guru Parampara. May we invoke their grace continuously so that their grace continuously comes onto us. Thus, we are continuously on the path to reach the ultimate goal. Now, one thing is what? We have to come out of our outer calamities, problems, inner disturbances, distresses, and we also have to get to that permanent peace and happiness. For that, we need sadhana to be done, but for the sadhana, we have to need guidance. Now, where the guidance comes for us is from the Shastras only. But how many Shastras are there? How many watts the guidance? Or spend 4-5 years of time in listening to various Shastras. Then, most important thing now, among whatever the Shastras you have heard, whatever the Shastras which have appeared to be helping you, which have appealed to you, whichever are really gave that confidence or inspiration, note down those Shastras. It can be a complete chapter, it can be a complete book, it can be 1 or 2 shloka. Then keep on reflecting on them. shlokas or portions or the chapters or the shastra, totally they get into our system and implement them. If this is not done, we will go on gathering all information very superficially. None of them we digest, nor any one of them we start practicing. Therefore, never ever our problems go away, questions or doubts are solved, problems are answered. Then we remain as it is. So you are studying Upanishads. So one or two mantras are any one Upanishad. So too you have studied Bhagavad Gita. Then any of the chapter or a few portions. Whether that can be chapter wise liking also, or it can be any sloka or topic. So you are troubled by the of the mind. So sixth chapter talks about it. You are indecisive about your activities. Third chapter talks about it. You want to develop the devotion. 12th chapter talks to you. You want to know the meditational technique. Chapter 6 tells and the truth on which you have to meditate. 13th chapter tells you. You just want to change the lifestyle to be a better person. So the chapter 2, chapter 12, chapter 13, chapter 16, they guide us for all this Sadguna. Is it not now you studying Viduraniti? 5, 6 slokas, underline them. You are studying Vishnu Sahasranama. Select 20 names, 10 names, whatever. You are studying so many beautiful Advaita Vedanta Prakaranas of Shankara. So too, Valmiki Ramayana we are studying. No, the other day, the beautiful portion that came, glorifying Rama. Tomorrow, day after, we will be listening about Hanuman Charitra. Is it not? Some are the things should become pakka guidance for us. Has that decision come to us? Did we take up some portions as pakka guidance for us? See about it. All other listenings you can do academically. You can enhance your wideness of the knowledge, information चलता रहेगा. बट कुछ चीजें हमारे लिए आधार हो जिसको लेकर हम उनको जीवन में उतारते हुए we are consciously doing sadhana, and consciously we are seeing the transformation in us, and consciously we are experiencing the joy of the transformation, result of the transformation. Now, one of such beautiful topics is this 23rd chapter of 11th Sarga Bhagavad Mahapurana. In that also, especially these verses starting from 43 up to the number of, let us say, 62 or 58. These 18 shlokas can become 18, 19, 20, or 15. A beautiful portion for throughout life to guide us, protect us, to see that we are no more enemy to the world is no more enemy to us. We are able to negotiate with the world properly. When we negotiate with the world properly, inside also everything. Way to be referred topic every day. To be, in fact, by-hearted this chapter. What an amount of relief, relaxation comes if one is living whatever is taught in this particular chapter. So we are seeing it from last 3-4 days. So straight away we can see in the mantra number 47, Samahitam Yasya Manaha Prashantam. The one who has, with all the yogas, all the practices, brought his mind into Samahitatva, fully under his own discipline, and he is experiencing it. How? The controlled mind in the form of absolute Prashanti. What is the Prashanti? Undisturbed by the presence and absence of things or beings, as well as situations may be conducive or non-conducive. The one is not perturbed in his mind. And if it is a success, sharing with others. If it is a failure, finding what are the reasons. If there are the troubles, analyzing what is the cause. If there any problem comes, how to solve it. In this way, the one who is maintaining Prashantamana, he has done all the dana, dharma, he has achieved the result of all of that with just one, these two things of manas samadhanam followed by its test in Prashanti. On the other hand, if the mind is not controlled, that person, unhesitatingly that Bhikshu is saying, asamyatam yasya manaha, the one whose mind has not come into his discipline or control, vinashyata. No, it's a very powerful word. Na? Such words we can't utter anywhere because they are very inauspicious words. But the word is very inauspicious, but the context is so important that he has to use that word. What he says, if the mind of yours is not controlled by you, you will get destroyed, he is saying. He is not taking water and putting sharp. He is saying that that will be the consequence. And he is not saying out of some other person's example, etc. ये उनके खुद का ही example था हो. This is the Mahavakya. Asamyatam yasya manaha vinashyatu. Like the earlier one also, Samahitam yasya manaha prashantam. Tasya krutyam kim. So to asamyatam yasya manaha, he is vinashyatu. Now, once the mind not controlled and we have fallen to any down level, after that you want to do all the पुण्य कर्म दान कर्म वगैरह, वो सब मिलकर भी तुमको इसमें हेल्प नहीं करेंगे. So let us change our style of inner life. What is that? I'll destroy my life with that my mind. With a destroyed mind, I'll conduct all the nonsense of Papa. Then I will do all the dhanadi, yajnadi, upasanadi, so that I can be freed from all the sin, etc. ऐसा नहीं होता. That is a proposal itself is wrong. It should be other way around. That first let me control my mind. With the controlled mind, whatever you do, success. Whatever you don't do, success. With a controlled mind, you need not do any dhanadi punya karma or the list of activities which are said. If you really do them, they will do. So by such type of sentences, what is said by that guru, the rishi, that brahmana, the essence we have to catch it. He says you may run for the money, you may run for the bhoga, or you may withdraw from both of them, or you are having lot of friends, or you are having lot of enemy, or you made them enemy by not giving them anything due. Yes, every useless fellow does that samsara. But the cause of all that, like in the morning, Mandukya, we are seeing, see, karmanaha, kamaha, janakaha syatu. Then Atma Kamitve, Apta Kamata. In same way, all that everybody does. My point is what? Did you do all sadhanas required to bring your mind of its imaginations, mind of its projections, mind of its own variety of thoughts? Did you bring that into your full discipline and control? In such a way that whenever you wanted to invoke Rajaguna, you invoked the Rajaguna, you conducted whatever the activities you have to do. Whenever you wanted to invoke Satvaguna, you invoked and you did your study, upasana, meditation. This is what one has to focus on. Without this, neither spirituality gained, nor inner peace is gained, nor worldly success is gained, nor opportunities are created, nor existing opportunities are used, nor any of the great abilities, talents are given, they come into any use. So forget the whole world, forget your all adhyatmic sadhana, forget your service to world, सारे बाद में. First, gain the mastery on the mind. Thereafter, anything you do, it will be wonderful. That is the point he is trying to guide. That is the tone in that. तो इतने सारे दान धर्म कर रहे हो, माइंड कंट्रोल में आए कि नहीं आया, all बकवास. What is the meaning of that? First do this. Then did the purpose of all these external karmas of dhanam, sadharma, niyama, ityadi. But with the controlled mind, when you do each of the activity, will give 100-fold results. Now, more important than this subject, can there be anything? But is this taught anywhere? Are we learning, first of all? Am I as a speaker to you? Did I catch the main point said here? Am I focusing my mind in controlling my own mind? This is what is the most thing. Remember, you may look at outside mismanagement of the president or prime minister. You may see all problems that are happening within states or in between. Anything you say external, but remember, the basic cause of all those is your child is erratic or not passing in the exams, not controlled mind. You yourself are suffering in the family because of them or you, mind is not. Anywhere you trace, the cause is this. So too, the solution also is in this. That's what they simply said in the quotation, but it contains such a pregnant meaning. Man changa to katoti me ganga. Whoever has said, he might have said with a limited meaning in his mind, but it has infinite thing to come to it. If your man is changa, katoti में ही गंगा है. You can say कटौती के ऊपर हाथ लगा के कटौती है कट गंगे जमुने कृष्ण गोदावरी सरस्वती. With your manasika prarthana, not only Ganga, all rivers you can invoke in that, and they really come present there. That jala gathers that pavitrata. मन चंगा नहीं है तो you go to Ganga and you don't take bath because your mind is not changa. You see Ganga as Gandha only. This is the essence of this shloka. Then the next one was 48. Manovashe anyehi avavansma devaha. When you have trained your mind to be in your own control, all the indriyas, indriyadhisthana devatas, entire prakriti will be in your control. Because whatever the siddhis that are spoken, anima, mahima, lagima, vahima, ishittam, vashittam, prapti, prakamya, parakaya pravesham, ityadi, all are results of the mana niyantrana only. Your jnana, bhakti, mana niyantrana result. Bhagavan ka upasana and his darshana is mana niyantrana. You love and serve the world and get the love back from the world by mana niyantrana. Therefore, mano vashe anyehi avavansma deva. Okay? The anya include all your family members, everybody will be in your control if your mind is in your control. Then there will be magic will happen. When you control your mind, you don't want to control them. Because the control of mind is so happy. कि मैं क्या करूँ, वो लोग पूछेंगे तो बताऊंगा, तो नहीं तो वो उस कचरे से मुझे क्या लेने देना. A type of vairagya comes even to suggest to others or improve others once you enjoy your own quietness of the mind. Every people like us, when you do all such, after all this kujili or all this rajoguna gets over in the 25 years of satsang, thereafter we gather such a quietness. We are in our own quiet mind. Anybody comes, we give him answer. If they don't come, chale no, no tension comes to control or guide or anything. We pray to the Lord. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. You don't find any fault in anyone. Theek hai. It's such a love comes after control of the mind that you don't find fault with a person to fight or point it out. You only say, it's good, it can be better like this. Remember, mano vashe anyehi abhavan vashe. Anye ke devaha. So, mano vashe chet anye devaha vashe abhavansma. Now the second line, we didn't explain exhaustively yesterday. Today, therefore, we are taking it up. Manascha na anyasya vasham nahi sameti. Mind cannot come under the control of any devatas or any indriyas. Anybody. Don't take it in that way. What is the meaning of manascha na anyasya vasham sameti? Means don't beg anybody external resources to help you in controlling your mind. You may ask them, they may give one or two suggestions. Just like physical health also. You go to doctor, a dietitian, give you techniques. They only give you the restriction, the diet plan. Follow किसको करना है? बोल रहे हो आज एक 500 मीटर और भी चलना मेरे लिए, I'll give you extra fees. I can give you suggestion, but nobody can help you in controlling your mind. That is the meaning of manascha na anyasya vasham sameti. मतलब क्या हुआ? The converse point of it is what? We alone have to put effort to bring our own mind into our own control. These counselors, the psychologists, the therapists, they can give some. उतना भरपूर कोशिश करे. If I don't support to him by myself taking those guidances seriously, like the medical example we gave, it won't help me. A person who takes the help from any counselor or any guru, once practices and changes himself, he is successful. The one who doesn't do himself the practice, he may go to 10 psychologists, 10 therapists, 10 counselors, he will come back with the same problem. That's the meaning of manascha na anyasya vasham sameti. मैं मेरे में आपको कैसे दूं उसको रिपेयर करने के लिए? I can give my body, it is very external. He will give you anesthesia, he will set it right. Mind cannot be, no? In this sentence, na anyasya vasham mana nayati, the first slok में जो बताया वो इसमें आया है. Little different way. What was extended in this shloka, what he said, your mind is destroyed or your mind is beautified. Is not in anybody's hands. It is in your own hands. Na anyasya vasham sameti. So don't say that somebody has mesmerized me or did this jadu tona and destroyed my mind. You only allowed it to happen. It was your choice. Now, don't even can say finally because of him my mind has become good. No, he gave guidance, but you practice it, therefore it is yours. Why this is to be done? When you look at people, those who are destroyed in their mind, you can look at the people who have beautified their mind. They are sorry, got his mind beautified not because of his friends. Then He got it by himself, he got it by himself. Now your choice. If today my mind is tamasic, rajasic with all negativity, किसी ने नहीं किया उसको, मैंने किया, उसको मानना ही पड़ेगा. That thought should go deep into our heart. It is my mind. Lord gave me. He has given all techniques. I have to beautify it. I have to improve it. I have to make it sattvic. I have to make it concentrated. I have to make it subtle. I have to divinize it. I have to empower it. मुझे करना है. यही तो है पूरा खेल जिंदगी का. Otherwise, we give it to somebody and we say, please repair it, and nobody knows how to repair, they spoil it. And nobody that way does it. Mind is हमेशा अपने साथ होता है. Second point is this. Why is it saying anyasya vasham sameti? Because these are 2-3 facts about the mind. The Bhikshu has said so. Krishna Bhagavan accepted in Gita, and Arjuna said, in general, everybody understands it. What is that? Bhishmo hi devaha sahiyan sahasaha. More than all Balavans, is Balavan is the mana. Bhishma is very bhayankara, terrible also. And yet, yunjad vashetam. It is like a challenge that Bhikshu is throwing in front of us. Can you try to bring your mind into your own vasha? If you do it, sahi deva devaha, he is devataon ke bhi bade devata ho gaya. How do you? But I'll not get into all those details. But one or two points I say. Devasas are those people who were the jivas in the Manushya Loka, who did lot of punya adi. Then they became Deva Loka Vasi. Then they are all having the Devata Loka Bhoga. Now they control their mind only up to the level and who controls the mind totally. He becomes Siddha Purusha with all those siddhis in the control of mind. He will serve the world. He will even know the truth only. He will not become a bhogi like those devatas. Therefore, such person is greater than even devata. Therefore, deva deva. You understand that? How important that thought is said. Tam vashe yunjat. That has to be brought into your control. Yunjat means you have to bring into vashe control. Tam, that mind. What is that mind? Bhishmaha sahasa sahiyan ityadi. Then you are called as what? Deva devaha. You are greater than all the devatas. In many ways, that's what I said. It's a huge topic. I can't go on explaining for hours together. But you understand, the one who controls the mind, he'll never have any desire. Wherefore, no devatas, you need to depend on them, beg on them. Nor he'll have to dance according to तुमको ही नमस्कार करेंगे. How different it will be the life. मनोवशे अन्ये हि अभवन् स्म देवाः मनश्चनान्यस्य वशं समेति भीष्मो हि देवः सहस सहियान् युञ्जाद्वशेतं सहि देवदेवः. Keep on chanting these mantras. Feel that meaning in your own mind. So I am called as greater than the devatas if I can bring my mind is to my control. Yes, it is Bhishmaha and Sahasa Sahiyan, but slowly, steadily, as it is said in Gita, in Vatanjali Yoga Sutra, in Mandika Upanishad, in all the Shastras, how the mind has to be brought into control, it is taught. The entire Yoga Shastra talks about it only. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha Tada Dashtu Swarupe Avasthanam. When he starts that, then exhaustively explains as its control of the mind. The highest technique is Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam Tannirodha. Second technique is Tapaswadhyaya Ishvara Pranidhanani. The lower and third technique is Yama Niyamasana Pranayam Pratyara Dharana Dhyana Samadhi, the Ashtanga Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga is for the third category people. Tapaswadhyaya Ishvara Pranidhana, second category. Abhyasa Vairagya is the highly qualified person. Gita mein bhi asamshaya mahabaho mano durnigraham chalam abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyana cha gruhyate. 2-3 minutes we'll talk where the topic has come. It may come in later on also, but I don't remember. I don't think it will come in this way. In Gita or in Yoga Sutra, what is said is Abhyasa Vairagya are the two by which the mind is controlled. Stotra Bhatanam, or some bhajana or some kirtana or some nama of the Lord or some roop of the Lord. Some or the other support you take and focus your mind on that again and again, as and when it is going away into other channels. that is kept on doing till fully you are able to call the mind at your own moment's notice, or mind is at the place through this variety of practice is called abhyasa. Clear? Abhyasa. The abhyasa se niyantrita mana is like the rat in front of Ganapati. In the hands of Ganapati, there are laddus. There's a rat in front. Where is the rat looking at? If a person has drawn that picture properly, he should draw that the rat is looking at Ganapati's eyes, not at the laddu. If he is drawing the rat looking at the laddu or having a laddu or eating a laddu, then this fellow doesn't know what is Ganapati there. There, the Ganapati is riding the mind of his rat, where the mind has no choice for any of the laddu. It only looks at the Ganapati. It neither wants the laddu from Ganapati, nor it has its own any idea. It only looks at Ganapati. Ganapati, if he says, खड़े हो जाओ, मैं तुम्हारे को सवार करूंगा, हमें वहां जाकर उससे लड़ना है, it will listen. And says, hey, you might be tired now, eat something and sleep, take one laddu. It will take only one laddu. You understand it? That is called as abhyasa se mano. Then in the Yoga Sutras, Patanjali ji exhaustively explains Tatra sthitau yatnaha abhyasaha. Whatever the point, to make the mind fully focused on that, that prayatna is called abhyasa. So if you have taken Gurudev's Pada, today I have seen Gurudev's Padukas, 2 sets, which I did puja in 1980s, 84, 86, 88 में, वो फिर इतने साल के बाद दोबारा दर्शन करने का मौका, अपने मन को उधर स्थित होने के लिए, that is called अभ्यास. It will not happen in one day. It may take some 20 lives once, depending on your own samskaras and all. एक ही जन्म में, एक ही दिन में नहीं होता. Okay, tatra sthitau yatra. Then he himself again says that abhyas ko kaise karna hai. How to do abhyas is the bigger topic, which gives result. Result oriented abhyas. He writes a huge sutra there. Sahatu. That means that abhyasa should be how? Dirghakala nairantaryena satkara sevito drudabhumihi. Dirghakala. What is the dirghakala? Till it is achieved. Nairantaryena, unbroken. Satkara sevitaha, with full respect toward the padukas, toward the practice of concentration on the padukas, towards your own mind. When you have the respect, love, reverence, devotion, then you can do. Satkara sevita, like I am doing all classes. The Satkara sevita hona chahiye. Any text we take up, these are all the Shastras given by Rishimuni for our own redemption. Therefore, let me see that God and Guru Tattva in the Shastra, and with all respect and reverence, may I touch the book, study the book, talk on that. Then only, though it is looking like Jada Pustakam, from this, the Chaitanya Paramatma will come and bless me and you, the audience. So, what is the Abhyasa? Tattva. Then you have to be in that. याद रखो, कोई भी चीज में मास्टरी करनी है ना, you have to अपने दिल दिमाग सब उसके लिए लगाना. And such an ability is there in everyone. But what unfortunate thing is what? We have never tried to master anything in our life. We are jack of all, master of none, as it goes. Okay, what we are topic discussing? In this shloka, what I said is, if your mind is in your control, all devatas are in your control. This mind is so powerful, nobody can you get to control it for you. You only have to do. And when it is under your control, you are Deva Deva. To this point, we are adding the word in the meaning of control of mana. That is, Abhyasa Vairagya se Niyantran mein aayega. Abhyasa is taking one topic or anything. The topic, the Guru Paduka is not important. Concentration on Guru Paduka is important. When anywhere you can concentrate and you see God alone. Abhyasa ye hai. And whole life you have to dedicate. Never ever say, I have done 1 day, 2 day, 1 year, 2 year, 1 decade, 2 decade, 1 life, 2 life. फिर भी मुझे रिजल्ट नहीं आया. नो नो नो, रिजल्ट आने तक करते जाना. आएगा पक्का है. लाइक केदारनाथ आएगा. फिर मैं 2 किलोमीटर चला हूं, नहीं आया. नहीं, यू आर ऑन द राइट पाथ. Keep on walking, it will come. Don't stop. It is there definitely. Don't stop and don't say 3 किलोमीटर पाओ. No, 14 है, 14 चलना ही पड़ेगा. So too you need to do to that life, that time you keep on doing. Today if nahi to kal tum zarur पहुंचोगे. What happened? Any problem to anyone in the sound? Hmm. Just for information, we've given this. From today onwards, the control of the mind is job. For that, abhyasa vairagya is required. What is vairagya? Worldly things and others also. When we know that they are temporary, they have more problems to give us. They limit us to upadhis. They don't allow us to transcend. Therefore, none of these things I want. In this way, from the heart, when the disinterest is developed for everything of this world, the other world, then we are in a state of vairagya. So abhyasa is there, but vairagya is not there. Then all abhyasa goes waste because again your mind gets disturbed because of ragadvesh. वैराग्य ही conquered अभ्यास रागद्वेष से, लेकिन ना अभ्यास नहीं किया तो फिर इस वैराग्य ज्यादा से टिकेगा नहीं, फिर इससे वो डिस्टर्ब हो जाएगा. दैट इज बोथ ऑफ देम आर मेंशन्ड. Then he gives lot of definition. Dushta anushravika vishe vitrushna se vashikar sanya vairagyam tat param tat avairagyam tat param purushakyate guna vaitrushnyam. Then he gives aparavairagya paravairagya explanation. And all these we listen for 4, 5, 6 years. Then slowly one day we sit one place, start taking each of the topic and we have to analyze and understand. What is the meaning of vairagya? बैठो 2 दिन समझो उसको, 3 दिन 5 दिन लगने दो. It is worthy. What is the meaning of viveka? What is the meaning of abhyasa? What is the meaning of mumukshuta? What is the meaning of jignasa? What is the meaning of guru pasadanam? What is the meaning of shravanam? Forget about shravanam. Gurudev says to spiritual alertness and attention of awareness. तो इस तरह से एक एक जो बहुत जरूरी है आध्यात्मिक वाले, उन चीजों को हमें समझना है. Out of that, today we try to touch with the help of our Yoga Sutra or Gita, the control of the mind is through Abhyasa Vairagya, and when that is done, Deva Devaha. Sahi Deva Deva, in other words, who is the Deva Deva? Who is the God of all gods? Paramatma Tattva only, no? Because the Paramatma Chaitanya is the one who is expressing through the Maya Yukta Ishvara, who is expressing through Sattvaraya Tamagurtna Vishnu Brahma and Shiva, who is expressing through all the Indradi, called pure conscious self, and establishing it if one is controlling the mind. That is said, the first 3 sutras only. Atha yoga anushasanam, yoga chittavritti nirodha, tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. In all, in our our Mandukya Upanishad Karikas, we have so many times laye sambodhya chittam vikshiptam shamet punaha sakashayam vijaniya samam praptam chalayet tena manasohi amani bhave dvaitam naiva upapadyate. All so many Karikas have come to us. Everywhere we can see it. So we listen all, but what is important, we should be able to catch. For that, you have to have Sattva Guna. Sattva Guna comes through various upasanas and getting rid from all the Tamo Guna Dravyata. समझ गए ना? द्रव्यत्व तमोगुण को छोड़कर उपासना करो तो सद्गुण आकर सब सुनेंगे, लेकिन सार क्या है उसको ग्रहण करें. So this is again chapter is important. In this chapter, in fact is mentioned, an inspiration is given, a challenge is given. Challenge is what? दम है तो अपने मन को कंट्रोल करके देख. इंस्पिरेशन क्या है? यू विल बी कॉल्ड एज देवदेवा. इंफॉर्मेशन क्या है? इफ द माइंड इज इन कंट्रोल, ऑल देवतास आर इन योर कंट्रोल. Why are you calling Shiva? Any problem? Just message me, don't call. Shiva, if you are there, message me. I'm in class, no. No. So, an inspiration, an idea, a guidance, a challenge, an information, all in this shloka. Feel that way. In this way, few shlokas when we feel is a sufficient data inspiration for us. Any problem in Skype? Are you able to listen? One person answer me. Skype, one person. Can I beg you to answer me? Skype. Is it audible? Gupta ji? Since 6 minutes, audio missing, one person said. I didn't do anything. ఇప్పుడు వచ్చి ఉంటుంది. Hmm. 6:48, no 6:53. 4 minutes ago. कब से नहीं आ रहा है साउंड? Since when? How much time? సరే ఎవరు మ్యూట్? Mute, you can unmute also, na? If you find me muted, you could have unmuted me, na? Hmm. Sorry, now you mute all of you. Hmm. Om. Studied it. Hmm. What about YouTube? Let me check. Hari Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana. Hari Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana. Hari Om Namo Narayana. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Now all of you mute now. Om Namo. Thank you for your patience. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. This sloka number 48 is the most important one. In that there is a information, there is a knowledge, there is a guidance, there is an inspiration, there is a challenge. Feel that sloka's meaning in that way and allow that to enter deeply into the system, that we get inspired to practice this. Focus on that. From his own experience, he is trying to point out to us, no. What's wrong in knowing what's wrong? Nothing wrong in knowing what's wrong, no. Then only we can make that wrong, remove that wrong and make things right. Okay. And each of these mantras, even if you pay $1,000,000, you won't get that anywhere. To find interest in them, to understand, again it's Ishvara Guru Krupa only. You may come up to the class level, but finding interest in this topic, focusing our attention, understanding it, getting the essence of it, all of them are bahut badhiya Krupa Bhagavan ka. Now, this 49th mantra we are discussing now. What is that? Tam durjayam shatrum asahyavegam aruntudam tat navijitya केचित् कुर्वन्ति असद्विग्रहम् अत्र मर्त्यैः मित्राणि उदासीन रिपून. And all those people who do all this called as vimudhaha. So main sentence is what? Kechit vimudhaha. Some stood in mudhata. Now it is a technical word more than an abuser. What is the technicality in this word? Have mistaken the things. Like you have to go to right way to reach that place, but you took a left turn. There's not papa punya there. It is not इट्स नॉट गलत अच्छी की बात नहीं है. You just mistook that route, wrong route took instead of that one. That is called a vimudha. Muda is deluding in one or two or three or four cases. Vimuda is deluded eternally. And what is the load of this shloka? Essence of it. First, we will see that, then every word's meaning. The main essence into control, and without bringing the mind into control or unable to bring the mind into control as friends or enemies or variety of things, and continuously in one or the other wrong way of the contact, because of which they suffer, but they blame, they are the cause of their dukkha. That's what the first shloka. So what is said in the first shloka is elaborated till 48. Summarize कर रहे हैं 49 में. Okay. So what is the meaning? Just like अपने मन को अपने कंट्रोल में रख पहले, बाद में मेरे को ब्लेम करना. This is what we in generally talk. No, that is the highest philosophy said here. First I'll tell literal meaning one by one line, then total let us try to feel. What is literal meaning? Tam means that. Durjayam, acting like a Shatru. Asahya Vegam, whose speed, whose velocity, whose strength cannot be controlled by us. Arun Tudam, which does Tudanam. Tudanam means Tudanam is poking and piercing. Like somebody takes a needle and goes on poking you. That is called Tudanam. Arun Tudam means the one every one of us are poked at our own vital heart. By whom? Our own mind. Sing. Puncturing. Acupressure, acupuncture, something, To such mind, tat navijitya. Now comes the sentence, kechit vimudaha. Some foolish people, instead of bringing this terrible mind into control, what are they doing? Kurvanti asat vigraham. Asat means unnecessary. Vigraham means fighting. Kurvanti means they are doing martyaihi with other human beings. Unnecessary difference, etc. They are doing with the martyasu. Kurvanti asat vigraham martyaihi. Atra means manushya loke. Means not controlling their mind, they are unnecessarily separate from them. Vigraha means, so this is how crucial this point, but we never try to understand it. My mana, then everywhere, a boss and subordinate, both of them, they control their mind and do their duty. Why will there be that vigraha, which is asat? Vigraha means separation. Asat means unwanted, unhealthy, unholy. Unnecessary, unwanted, unholy separation they create between. The problem is in the mind, it had to be controlled. And control of mind is freeing it from all. Everything comes as a prasadam of the Lord. That's it. 4-5 चीजें कर दो, मन कंट्रोल में हो गया, then you will not make anybody's enemy. So is it that only they do the vigraha, which is asat? Vigraha means separation, feeling bad with. Like I don't control my mind, and such a good friendship between you and me, I break and I go away from you. The wife and husband become vigraha. Asat means unnecessary. Get separated, talak. Children and parents fight and they leave the parents separately, they establish. Fellow fighting with the boss and left the job. Or boss only removes him. Kurvanti asat vigraham. They do that unnecessary separation, unnecessary differentiation. They become different. When you get separated, then each one become bitter into the other. Each one tries to destroy others or give dukkha only. क्या फायदा फिर ऐसे जीवन का? Okay. So one is asat vigraham karte hain. Another thing is what, not only that, mitrani udasina ripuna. Some people they make as mitra, some make as a ripu. So enemy ripu means udasin nahi hai. सब भगवान के ही रूप है. त्वयि मयि च अन्यत्र एको विष्णु. This is the ultimate. Now imagine a state of mind where you don't have attachment to any friend as a friend. You don't have aversion to anybody as an enemy. That way too much valued yet. In and through all of them, either you see yourself or the God. How beautiful the mind would be. And that's what we always do. Therefore, we don't suffer with all the 750 crore of people of the world. This we cannot do. We are not able to with the 10, 20 people around. Therefore, we are suffering only because world are troubling us because they are neither Shatru nor Mitra. But why these 20 people are troubling me? Because he is a Mitra but not helping. But he is a Shatru but not stopping to trouble me. Where is the Mitra Shatru? Is it there in the think at least once in life? 12 month ho to why do you get cheated? But I trusted him. That was your mistake. You should be careful. It is your life. Either take it as prasada, prarabdha, or you take it as a lesson to be learnt. If you don't do all that, or be alert. Not topics of everybody's God's expression, everybody's your own expression, through movies, not taught through the books, not taught through any of the platforms of social or otherwise. Then how will you know this? What are you taught is only those we imagine that life ऐसा ही होता है. That's how everybody's mind is set. Either I have some benefit to get, if he gives me, he's a friend, if not, he's an enemy. हर उसके बिना आप मन शांत भी देख सकते हो ना. नो बडी इज टीचिंग इट. Okay. Now, as that is why these four words for the mind are used by the bhikshu here, and he's agreeing with all our efforts, all our difficulties. He's sympathizing with us. बेटा तुम्हारा मेरा सबका एक ही है. एक क्या है वो 5 बातें. दुर्जयम. You can't easily control it or conquer it. And सत whether it is physically in front of you or not, but मन में भी है. जब भी याद करते हो उसको दुख. Enemy, not by nature. We made him like that. Third one is what? Asahya Vegam. You try to catch it, it will go so fast. The Vega of the Mana is what? Second by second, it will change its moods, its concepts, its ideas. It jumps from one to the other of the Vayu. Vega of the Tufan. Asahya Vegam. Arun Tudam, we told you already, it will create such a pain to you. Problem is what? Mind does all mistakes. We identify the mind, and because of mistakes, all the dukkha come to the mind, and we identify the mind and we suffer. Okay? And a person, without doing so, without focusing on themselves, without managing their own mind, what are they doing? Kurvanti asat vigraha matra martyahi. But people we are making unnecessary attachments with them, as aversions with them, quarrels with them, fighting with them. Not only that, मित्राणी किसी को बनाया, उदासीन किसी को बनाया, रिपु. And as it is said, it is not stationary. Shatru, Shatvid, then you look at them as Shatru. How long we will go on doing it like that? This is a huge topic to be continuously contemplated. जितना भी आप करो, फाइनल सारांश ये है. Your own mind is Shatru if you don't control it. Your own mind is Mitra if you control. बंधु आत्मा आत्मनः तस्य येन एव आत्मा आत्मनः जितः. 6th chapter 6th श्लोक. अनात्मनः तु शत्रुत्वे वर्तेत आत्मा एव शत्रुवत्. तस्य आत्मनः येन आत्मा जितः आत्मा एव बंधुः. The one for whom the mind is controlled, his own controlled mind is his friend. Anatmanah tu, if he is not, if your mind is your friend, no friend is control. Enemy is that mind which controls us. Mind is enemy, I don't need other enemy to trouble. My mind is my friend when it is in my control. My mind is my enemy when I am in its control. Mind is thoughts, mind is emotions, mind is imagination, mind is projections. That mind controlled under the intellect's guidance. Intellect should get guidance from the experienced gurus and saints or the Shastra. Do little homework on this discussion. Okay. Now, how do they do all that? They explain it. Then let's see. Deham manomatramimam gruhitva mamahamityandadhiyo manushyaha yeshoham anyoyamiti brahmena duranta pare tamasi brahmanti. Now, this is very philosophical, very deep, holy fall that is being continued here. Each word is important. This deha, which is nothing but the mind grossified, holding on to this. How do I hold on to this body? Through the mind, mama and aham. Sometimes as mama, many times as aham. Iti. And how all this deha aham asmi, deham mamasti, This all is coming how? Andhadhiyaha. Their intellects are blindfolded. So you read this sentence like is Andhadiha Manushyaha imam deham yad manomatram mama aham iti gruhitva. The blind intellected people take this body as me or mind. What is this body or mind? We'll explain further also. Nothing but mind only, the concept of the mind only, the grossified mind only. Deham manomatram is delusion. Duranta pare damasi brahmanti. The endless ignorance. They are only doing brahmanam bhataki jare. Means what? Everyone's life, except those who have used the mind in this darkness of ignorance, in very powerful shloka. Now, first line we'll talk for some time. What is that? Deham manomatram. No, that's what I said is a very philosophical thing. This deham is manomatram for various reasons. Ki, why this deha given to me? Because of my own samskaras, vasanas. Is it not? Therefore, what is the cause of this particular body? Is this mana only of mind? Is it not? Second, will the deha function like in the sleep without the mana? No. Which ordered Paramatma to manipulate the Panchamahabhutas and give this deha to me. From that standpoint, I am telling you 3-4 things. Jitna samajh mein aaya to pakad lo, nahi to chodo. From that standpoint, the deha which is made with the Panchamahabhutas, those Panchamahabhutas, slowly when you dissolve the grosser into subtler, where do you end up in? Water from Agni, Agni from Vayu, Vayu is from where? Akasha. Where from the Akasha? So say deha bana. और ऐसा वाला देह मैं नामक जीव के मन के डिमांड के कारण बना. Therefore, actually the upadana karana for the deha also is mana. Upadana is matter. Deha is made by Pancha Mahabhuta, but Bhutas have come from the mind only. Okay? Second, particular body is given to me. Second point. Third is what? My body can never move on its own without the mind being there. Therefore, actually, who is doing everything? We say hands and legs and body is doing. No, it is the mind which is doing. But for the mind to do, a tool is required. Therefore, mind is given. The body is given. Is it not like a screwdriver? से आप किसी screw tight कर आप अपने उंगली से दिमाग से नहीं कर सकते because it's a gross thing. So to do the gross screws tightening, you need a gross screwdriver. Therefore, the instrument is made. Doesn't in the same way, the mind is the one which is functioning through the body. Body has none of its goal to go. It's only a khatam ho gaya to all gone. That is the meaning of manomatram deham. Mana is maya, maya is mind and deha. Every nook and corner, what is there is Shuddha Paramatma only. If one discovers that, he is already realized. But he is not teaching that ultimate topic, which will be later on taken up. He is talking about the relation between Deha and Mana now at this level. At this level, every part of the Deha is the apa. That is why anywhere it is touched, I know it. Is it not? कहीं भी मैं टच करता हूं जो मुझे पता है क्यों कि मैं और मेरा नामक मन पूरे देह में व्याप्त है. These are all very philosophical thoughts. The extension of this thought is what? Entire gross world which you see is the grossification of the total mana of the Ishvara only. Yaha, the concept is made in the mind. Waha, to make this concept concrete reality, the material was used. Material ultimately came from the mind only. ये थोड़ा 1 से 10 बार याद रखना है आपको. Like a huge house is made by me. Who made the house? The right answer is my own mind made. Because I wanted the house to happen in my mind. House not in the mind. In the mind, I thought I must have my own house. My mind has not done the sankalpa and all. How will the building be made? Then other workers, all of them are appointed them. The building won't happen only. You material used just now we said ultimate only. So this is a highly meditative point. Actually, these points helps us to transcend the gross and enter into subtle. If you really come to this level, entire Jagat we see as Stula but accept it as Sukshma. For the transaction sake, the Stula Jagat is appearing on Sukshma. This is what the understanding we get when we become very quiet, where the knowledge of the whole is happening. It is in my mind only. Therefore, what are you saying? Your own mind. Nothing like hall. But you call it as a hall only after when this mind gets identified with this deha. After this, from this deha, the hall is different. Therefore, वो hall है मैं बेहाल हूँ फिलहाल इस हाल में करके this language is used. Little become subtle and see that hall also is the idea in my mind. Deha also is the idea in my mind. Among these two, I get identified with this deha only deha. Therefore, obviously that is appeared as separate. Separation is why the hall is separate from me or the other people are separate from me. What precedes that? What precedes is I am this deha. The moment I say this deha, naturally when you are limiting yourself with this, so all other things appear to be other than us. But conceptually, you see, I this body of my mind, and nobody in the world has experienced the gross world. You can never experience gross world because for the experience of gross, all desires are in the mind, and you want to fulfill the desires of the mind in the gross objects. डिजायर मन में है, वस्तु बाहर है, तो बाहर का वस्तु अंदर के डिजायर को कैसे निकालेगा? तो फिर अंदर के डिजायर को अंदर के नॉलेज से निकालना है. First line we are explaining. What is this? Deham Mano, who have totally dissolved the value reality given to the gross Deha and gross Panchamahabhuta. They don't have gross bodies. They are at the Manomaya level. But whenever it wanted, they will appear. They want, they need it. They come in the gross body and do the work and disappear. That's what all our old movies have shown us. This person has did worship of that guru or the devata. They just appeared and they blessed, and then देखते देखते इन्होंने झुककर प्रणाम की, they have disappeared. We are insisting the unreality as real, that this gross body is real. Therefore, we are at this level only. They through yoga prakriya, yoga sadhana, they withdrew that level always living. For them, the gross is never a botheration. For us, all problems are there, and we never understand that all problems are there in the deha only, in the gross only. Subtle में उतने problem नहीं होते. Why and how? And how we hold on to our deha? Mama aham iti. This mama and aham. Isn't it? I became 70 years old. That time, we have made the body as aham. My weight is 70. That is the meaning of it is mama. Same sentence. I am 70 kg or my weight is 70 kg. I am 70 kg when you say this I am or aham happened with the body. My weight is equal to my body. So aham bhava so many times, mama bhava many times. With the body we get attached. Then what? He never understands the deha is made of the mind, and mind is to be mastered by the intellect. Intellect should be looking. Esha aham anya ayam iti brahmena. Then they come to a fixation of thought. This body alone is me and others are other than me. After that they are in the Brahma. That is why tamasi brahmanti duranta pare. About whom it is all talked about? You and me only. So these shlokas have to be summarized. Touch and from tomorrow onwards. So, or even if it is so, you need not worry because you are Atma. Here he is giving Atma and Atma Vivek. So far, in the Anatma only, what is the cause of Dukha? Not the people, but your own mind. Mind also Anatma ultimately. Not the world, Baba. Your mana is the cause of all problem. That he spoke. But has to do the Atma Anatma Viveka with the mana and himself. Now he takes one by one topic. if you think Jana is the Hetu, if you think Devata is the Hetu for the Dukkha Sukha, if you say the self is the Hetu, if you say Graha is the Hetu for Sukha Dukkha, how that wrong concept has to be corrected. In every shloka, one by one idea he gives by Sukha Dukkha. Clear? None of the things in the world, beings in the world are Karana for my Sukha Dukkha. This is first stage achieved. Second stage is what achieved? Ki second stage mein it is said that you are the self in whom there is no chance of any Sukhi is Nandi or Anandi. You understand that? First thing is what? None of the world is your cause for your Sukha Dukkha. Then answer is already given. Your own mind, it's mismanagement, it's non-control. नहीं बाबा, सुख दुख हो ही नहीं सकते. You are that Atma. That's why in every shloka, kimatmanaha, 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 he tries to sukha dukkha happen only in the upadhis, no? Not in the Paramatma. That is taught to us. That's why I'm saying this text or this chapter is so. Continue tomorrow. Sarvam Krishnarpanam Om Purnamada Purnamidaya Purnameva Vachishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagavana Ki Jai Sadgunath Maharaj Ki. In Valmiki Ramayana we are doing that Ravana Vali. Not a big yuddha, but they become friends. But tomorrow onward, 2 or 3 days, I think so. One of the most beautiful topics of Valmiki Ramayana we are studying in Hindi, which you know, which will not find anywhere in so many details. The topic is Hanumat Charitra. Can there be any topic sweeter than our dearest Hanuman? So, from tomorrow, in this two demand of Sri Rama's request or demand, he explains to Rama and all of us the entire history of Hanumanji. Spashta roop se, and we are all Hanuman in that. Hanumanji is Shakti from the childhood onwards, and all the vara he gets, all the shrapa he gets, every details which we have to know about Hanumanji are with the authority of Ramayana, where a sage greatest of the order of Agastya ji is telling to Hanuman, Lord Rama himself, where Hanuman ji is वहीं बैठे थे वो भी उन्हीं के सामने. So अभी तक हम रावण के सब कहानियां सुन रहे हैं, ठीक है, छोड़ो तो छोड़ो.